How you guys doing out there today? This is Jack of all trade Dre. Today I'm out here wanting to show you guys my yard. I had to get me some of that GCI turf. Shout out to Pete and his grass seed is wonderful. I want you to check out my yard. Now, that's just one side of my yard. I had Bermuda grass. I had to kill it all the way, and I planted some of this new grass. It's like wonderful. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about Poa Annua and Poa Trivialis. I have a little, a good bunch of it in my yard. If you guys want to know, I planted this yard last fall, so that's how good it looks from last fall. Now, I want you to take a look at this Poa Annua. And I also want you to look at the Poa Trivialis. This right here is the Poa Trivialis. And this right here is the Poa Annua. Now, everybody's talking about how to get rid of this grass. It's a weed. I call it a weed. It's really not a weed. It's a grassy, cool season grass. The best way that I see to get rid of this is to actually pull it out of the ground. A lot of people are saying, oh, you can spray weed killers on it. I just don't see that happening because it's grass, it's not weeds. So let me show you how I've been taking care of this problem. Now again, this right here is Poa Trivialis, and I've just been grabbing this whole thing. Grab this whole thing and just hold up. Pulling the whole thing out of the ground. You see that? That's it right there. It's gonna leave a little hole, you know, in the ground. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's gonna leave a little hole in the ground, but this is the best way to pull it out. And if you're gonna pull it out, you need to make sure that the ground is wet. It's easier to pull this stuff out of the ground, you know, with the grass wet or the ground, the soil being damp. It needs to be damp. Let's see if I can find me an area that has some of the Poa Annua. Okay, here we go. We got some Poa Annua here. See that right there? If I can kind of zoom in on it. Now what I'm gonna do is kind of spread this out a little bit. I'm gonna grab all of these weed heads or these seed heads like that, and I'm just gonna pull it. You see that? That's the whole plant right there. Now, yeah, I know you're looking like this is gonna take forever, but that's what it takes to have a good yard. Sometimes you're not able to spray, you know, weed killer on everything to kill everything. I mean, you risk killing your beautiful turf using weed killer. You know, it's fescue lawn. The Poa Trivialis and the Poa Annua is grass. It's a cool season grass. So if you have a cool season turf fescue and a cool season, we're gonna call it grassy weed, obviously spraying it with weed killer is gonna kill both plants or all three. A lot of people are using Tenacity. It seems like it works a little bit, but they're using it like in the summertime, and this is a cool season grassy weeds. So I'm just thinking that the grassy weeds just dying out because it's summertime. You know, it's 80 degrees outside and it's just gonna die out anyway. But the best way that I've seen to get rid of this is to pull this stuff out of the ground. I want to give you another look at this Poa Annua. It's on the edge of my yard also. And I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna sit out here and I'm going to pull this out of the ground, all of it. As you see, I've done this whole yard. It was Poa Annua in this whole yard, and I pulled out all of it. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a little tour of my yard. Like I said, shout out to Pete. I have to give him a shout out because his grass is great. Let's let you look at it. Going into the backyard, I want you to look at this grass. This is my yard. My yard has never, ever, ever looked like this. It was mostly sand and weeds and bare spots and things like that. I mean, this is fall, just last year. I did this last year. Look at this. You know, I can imagine how it's gonna look after I aerate and reseed this fall. See that? So just had to let you guys see that and let you see the Poa Annua and the Poa Trivialis, and to me, the best way to get rid of it. All right, this is Jack of all trades, Dre, and I'm out.